All right. So received this question a good bit over the last few weeks, and it's Mike, how do you recommend a leader keep their team focused and aligned while there are so many heavy events happening in the world outside of the office? And in truth, I think step one is really recognizing that and being very open and transparent. The reality of it is there's a lot going on outside of our organizations right now in society, and we cannot ignore that. And I think it does require to be flexible and to empathize with that. But the reality of it is we can only control what we can control. And when you look at it from the standpoint of what's happening in your organization, you can't control what's going on in the media. You can't control what's happening in the economy. You can't control whatever is happening basically external to you. But what you can control is how your organization is responding every single day and refocusing around that. So I look at it from the standpoint of almost like first responders. First responders always know what to do in terms of any type of crisis that hits, and it's the same thing with your organization. So if there's a lot of uncertainty in the world, there's a lot of fear and panic, chances are that's also something that's happening with your clients. So one of the things that you can do as an organization, almost acting like a first responder in the way in which you can help, is really meeting your clients' needs, communicating with them, stepping up the level of support that you're offering now. The same thing, responding that way with your team, providing that extra layer of support, and then stepping up to really focus on over delivering, controlling the things that you control around you. You control your client experience, you control the level of service that you provide, you control the way in which processes are handled within your business, you can control the interactions you have with your clients, with your team members, all those different things. So in truth, to believe that have somebody focus and completely ignore the outside world, I do not believe that is realistic. And I think the more that we resist that, perhaps the more friction you will see. But to empathize with it, accept it, but then refocus efforts on here's what we can do as an organization is a much more productive way to go about it.